My name is Isabella, and this is my informative speech about how social media affects our mental health. So, let me ask you this. What did you do when you first woke up this morning? Did you check your phone? Because that is the reality for a lot of people in our generation. Social media has taken over. It has taken over our lives, it has taken over our schools, it's taken over our jobs. There's practically nowhere in our society now that does not use social media and that does not benefit from the use of the internet and being so connected with one another. I'm going to talk about how social media is, yes, inherently a good tool and a good platform for a lot of people, but there are high risks and potential fatalities that come with it. The dangers of social media are extremely true and real, and a lot of people would rather seem to turn a blind eye to them. Cyberbullying is a main issue when it comes to being on social media. When you log on to platforms like Instagram or TikTok, you're bombarded with the perfect picture, a perfect body, a beautiful scenic location, and an exorbitant amount of money. Where does this money come from? Nobody really knows. How did they get to that location without having a real job is a question to be asked. Is that really the body that they were born with, or is this plastic surgery? All of these questions come along when you start to really depict the picture, when you start to look behind the scenes and really understand what's going on here. The 2020 film, The Social Dilemma, depicts the high risks and the dangers that come with social media from former workers of Pinterest, Facebook, which is now Meta, and many other platforms that we use on a daily. The Social Dilemma is a great way to expose these companies for their wrongdoings and how they prey on young people like you and me, how they prey on the adolescence and take away childhood. They take away the ability to be vulnerable and to express yourself freely without having to feel judged by not looking picture perfect and by not having a perfect body at the ripe age of 13. Studies show that excessive social media use is a leading increase to loneliness, depression, anger, and ultimately suicide. Here are a few visual aids that I've made. This is the increase in depression and anxiety. These are US hospitalization from ages 10 to 14 in young women from the year 2001. It started off pretty low, all the way up until 2015 with an, what is that? 181% increase. For women ages 15 to 19, the increase is 62%. The US suicide rate for girls every 100,000, it might be a little backwards, has increased 70% for girls ages 15 to 19 and 151% in girls ages 10 to 14. The national suicide rate for teenagers in the US has skyrocketed. In the year 2025, nearly 1 in every 16 young girls will die as a result of suicide, which is a direct link to social media. In 2009, right here, that is when social media became widely available to everybody who had a mobile phone. And in 2009 was also the start of the very rapid increase in deaths and depression and suicide. I just want to say that I know a lot of people are going to continue to use social media, myself included, and I'm not here to judge anybody for that. But while social media does have its benefits, we can clearly see that it does have its negatives. And I think that with films like The Social Dilemma and even The Social Network that go in on people like Mark Zuckerberg, these are people telling us that we have something to be worried about. We have something that is in our control at the moment, but may not be in the future. So I strongly urge you, if you have younger siblings or if you have anybody in your life that is under the age of 18, to carefully help them guide their way through this next chapter in their life and to help them be safe. At the end of the day, it's all about safety, and it's all about being supported and making sure that you're heard and not being lonely. And as connecting as social media is, it has also made us the most lonely generation ever. Thank you, and goodbye.